So moving on to topic 2, let's talk about the MCU. Let's talk about Marvel, and let's talk about how insane things are post Thanos moving into Phase 4. This will probably be a quick topic. But just, I'm coming to the realization, and maybe a lot of you guys will be like, what the fuck, you just realized this? Of how insanely stupid, in a good way, Phase 4 is getting as we get farther away from Thanos and the Infinity Saga. Just the things that we're exploring and the things that are happening. As of recording, the Miss Marvel trailer just dropped. Another show on Disney Plus, gonna happen in June. I think it was the 3rd. Could be wrong about that. Maybe it's the 8th. That dropped. Looks exciting. Looks definitely to have a different kind of storytelling than other shows, which I get. It's focused on a teenager, so we're gonna focus that route. And this one is way more grounded than any of the other shows we've gotten. In a way, Hawkeye was pretty grounded. Just seeing where this is going, obviously we knew characters that were announced, but seeing things like a Moon Knight that's happening very, very soon, where it's a guy who's messing, like something's not right in his head, and he's got this hero, and he's dealing with sleep problems and all this. I don't know much about Moon Knight, but seeing what the trailer is and understanding the very little I do, this is going to be insane. And then you get the movie side of things, where you get a Spider-Man, No Way Home. We already have the the multiverse aspects of that, and then we have the Doctor Strange thing with Multiverse of Madness, and seeing the insanity in the in the first trailer that we've seen there. The fucking door has been kicked in to the insanity that is Marvel Comics and comics in general. And it's kind of weird to think about it, to say that the Infinity Saga was like, not baby mode, but like more streamlined and like grounded than I think we are going to be from Phase 4 and beyond. And what I mean by this is, when you look at it retrospectively, from Iron Man 1 to Endgame, there's a linear path. Are there little tangents of like, yes, we're going to explore a little bit more about Thor and what he's doing? Sure. But there's a path here. And the general audience, I feel, could understand that path. Are there going to be questions along the way? Sure. Why is Miss Marvel doing this thing? Why is this power this way? La la la. I get that. Similar to any story, you don't know all the details. You want to know more. You want to understand more. But in general, this story makes sense. Guy gets not superpowers. Guy makes suit. Point A. We save the world. Universe. Endgame. Even if with the space aliens, even with the time travel and Endgame, like, you can follow that from point A to point B, I feel. Okay. Now we're into Phase 4. And once again, it feels like the door has been kicked in and everything is flying left, right, and sideways. We get the shows, like a Hawkeye, like a Miss Marvel, presumably, that are more, even a Black Widow movie, that are more grounded, reality-based. Everything makes sense. No hocus-pocus magic, no weird effects, no time jumps, no multiverse jumps, nothing. It's just, here's Hawkeye and his story, here's Miss Marvel and her story, here's Black Widow over here doing her thing. Okay, point to point. But now, with Phase 4, starting with a WandaVision, we're getting more insane as this goes. And it's cool to see as a comic fan. But I'm really questioning how this is going to work for the general audience. Now, granted, obviously they can still enjoy it, still have fun with it. I'm just wondering, where's the tipping point? From now, this is very fan servicey, which I love. It's great. It's rewarding the people who have been invested, obviously, for a long time. Whether it's in the media side of things, or it's the physical side, the comic stuff, the graphic novels. And the multiverse and breaking that open with, Loki, with What If, with Doctor Strange, with Spider-Man, it allows for some fun opportunities. The Spider-Man situation. We get multiple Spider-Man. We get a return of Garfield and a return of Maguire. Great. Cool. With Loki, we get the time jumps. We get the different timelines. We get the variants. Cool. With the What If series, we get all of these hypothetical stories, zombies, and Black Panther and Killmonger, and, that kind of stuff. And then we get the Doctor Strange stuff. We're getting hints at Illuminati being in this. So, a Professor Xavier, a Black Bolt from the Inhumans, Namor from the fucking water, Atlantis. Was he from Atlantis? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of fan servicey things here. And at what point is this going to be too much? Not too much. Is it going to be overwhelming? Maybe that's the right term. For the general audience. Of like, I don't understand. There's so many things here. Now, granted, if I want to spin this the other way, these are fan servicey moments, like I said before. And I think that's something that we'll save it here for like this one thread of point A story, point B story. I feel these fan servicey moments are just going to be kind of one-offs. Like, the multiverse is going to be used as a tool to give these moments, but then leave it at that. Like, oh, it's the Illuminati. Oh my God, it's in movie form. That's it. If you don't know what the Illuminati is, it's like this overarching group of super people who just kind of were like trying to keep on the up and up of everybody. It was Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Namor, Professor Xavier, Black Bolt, maybe more people. It was like this secret society of people looking over, just kind of hopefully keeping things level or at least under control. So I think this is just a moment of like, oh, this is really cool to see. I don't think this goes anywhere from here. I know a lot of people are like, oh, does this get the X-Men in? Let's calm down there. Let's not one thing at a time. Same with the thing with the Spider-Man. The Spider-Man was really cool to see. We get the return of the two. We get old villains as Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin. Now, that's done. We got this moment of, holy shit, here's this cool moment. Now Tom Holland's just got to be his own Tom Holland Spider-Man, dealing with his problems. We're never going to go back to that. I know a lot of people are like, what the fuck? They're like, give Garfield a third movie. No. Just like, this was your moment. Whoop. We have this ability to do it, and now we're done. That, I think, is what they need to do with this multiverse crap. Give us the moments, rein it back in. Because as soon as we start going into the multiverse, and then we branch from here, it's insane. But thinking back to the Infinity Saga, everybody's like, oh my God, this is so much to keep track of. Imagine if this happens. Okay, so we got the main MCU timeline where blah, 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 this is happening. And then you got Universe 22 where Tobey Maguire's swinging around dealing with his issues. And then you got Universe 55 where you got the X-Men. like that's gonna, what? Now, I know that exists in comics now. There's Universe like 636 and Universe A and Universe Z over pi. Slow down. I don't think that works in this form of media. At least in an to make sense and to keep everybody on track. And maybe I'm wrong. Smarter people than me, people with more money than me, are making these decisions. So, whatever. That just seems like a dangerous game to play. I feel like if they're going to if they want to use the multiverse correctly, of doing these moments for us, of just like, cool moment, rewarding for people who've been there, rein it back in, I think that's the smartest approach. And, only time will tell. But obviously with these shows and these films going the direction of the multiverse, we'll have to see where it goes from here. How much are they going to rein it in? And maybe this is just like a short period of time that, like, we can do all this fun stuff of, like, just the moments, like I said, that we're going to just tease or get the taste of and then take away. So maybe maybe Kang, the Conqueror, Time Boy, maybe he's not essentially a big bad like a Thanos, where Thanos lasted 3 phases. Maybe Kang is going to be shorter, maybe like a 1 phase. And this will give us enough time, whether it's the TV side of things with a WandaVision or a What If. And the movie side, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, we'll get the fun stuff out of the way. Not that the other stuff won't be fun, but we'll get all this insanity out of the way. We can fix things, non-multiverse, and then we'll continue from there to make this one timeline again. And then, I don't know, hopefully things can make more sense in that streamlined aspect. And it's weird saying it out loud because, like, I'm enjoying what they're doing, obviously, like these scenarios and these one-offs. It's just like, okay, when does it get to be too much? And it's just too much to think about, wrap your head around, and just understand. It's a dangerous game to play with. I'm not trying to fix it. That sounds weird. I'm just trying to understand what the game plan is. Because along with the projects we do know, there's other projects like a She-Hulk. Okay, that's another grounded one, I would presume. We got Ant-Man Quantumania. What the fuck are we doing with that? We're going back in the quantum realm to mess with all that jazz? I don't know if there was much there other than materials and then the time loop or warp thing. Like, that's a whole nother thing we're throwing in. Like, when does the multiverse wrap up? Are we finally cleaning it up in Doctor Strange? We're going to get all the fun cameos of evil Doctor Strange and the Illuminati and maybe zombie Wanda. I don't know if that's happening. Like, do we finally clean it up there? Or is this still going to be a problem after this? And, I don't know. Like, I could see this being used as a tool to be bringing in the X-Men. But does that then mean all the X-Men Fox stuff is canon? Because, boy, that history's rough with timelines. I like how with Spider-Man, like, with the multiverse there, Tom's timeline is Tom's timeline, MCU. Andrew Garfield's timeline is his timeline, the Sony verse, one of them. And then you get Maguire, he's his timeline. They only connect for this little point, and then they go again. It's not this constant crossover of, like, okay, this is all hypothetical. Xavier's in Doctor Strange. X-Men permanently introduced. It's not this weird, like, you have to know everything and they're bringing this history over kind of thing. I don't know if this makes sense. If it's just like this glimpse of it, this shot, like a Maguire and a Garfield, like, cool cameo, bye. I'm down with that. That's fine. That's, like, it's its own thread here that's separate. And because all this multiverse mumbo-jumbo is going on, it connects for a second, but then things go back to normal and re-divide. Cool with that. We'll have to see. As I'm saying this, too, I don't know if this makes sense or I'm saying anything right. But it's just insane to think of the possibilities that they're attempting to dive into in Phase 4. Just blows my mind. And I know I'm saying a lot of stuff, and some people are like, I don't know anything he's talking about. What character's doing what? Oops. Sorry. But it's insane to see the possibilities that they're exploring. And once again, it's just a lot of fan service. It's exciting to see, but I don't want it to get to be too much that it's just like, this is all like throwing stuff in a pot, shaking it up, and then like, blah, it's just like a little bit of everything, and it doesn't make sense. I want not a clear picture that everything's predictable, but I want a nice storyline here. And I feel if we go too deep in this multiverse stuff with things popping up, it could get to that point. Just be careful, Marvel. Just be careful, Disney, from your, friend over here on YouTube who has the biggest voice in the world, whose opinion doesn't matter. No, I'm just kidding. So, I don't know. Just wanted to gush about Phase 4 a little bit. And, yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see where things go from here. I hope you guys are excited to take that journey. And if not, then good for you, keeping your head in one place. Keeping your head on straight. This has been another episode of the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast. My name is Bret, a.k.a. Enigma9011. You can catch this podcast live over on twitch.tv/Enigma9011 every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You join the chat like Poppy Riff did today. If you're a subscriber over there, we'd love to have you. But if you can't catch it live, that's A-OK. And go over to YouTube and podcast services the very next week, where it's broken out topic by topic and put as one big video in MP3 for your amusement on the following Friday. Last but not least, #ad merch store. Get all of your swag over there. T-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. Rep the brand. Support us, and we would love you for it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today for the topics. Hope you guys had a good watch and a good listen. Thanks for giving this a try, and we will see you guys on the next